Good afternoon. This is Gail Gentry, your online marketing professional, helping you fire your boss and control your time in your online business if you choose to do so. And I'm here to talk today about framing your purchase for your solo ads. So, when you're choosing a new vendor for solo ads, there's certain things that you want to do. And just so you know what a solo ad is you go to a vendor that has a list of, say, 100,000, 200,000 folks on an email list, and they present your ad, and you're the only one that they present in your particular niche. So if you're a florist, you're the only florist ad that they have in there. If you're a travel agent, you're the only travel ad they have in there. Hence the term solo ad. So there's a few things you want to do first off to see if you have the right vendor. You want to ask 5 pertinent questions, and those 5 questions are: when was the last time you sent my type of ad out to your list? So if it's been more than 2 or 3 weeks, that's great. If it was just yesterday, you don't want to use that vendor for your ad. Why is that? Because then it is, their list is saturated, and the list may not be as responsive to your ad because they just saw a similar ad the day before or 2 days before. So you want to give it like 2 or 3 weeks. The last time the solo ad vendor presented your type of ad, whether it was your specific ad. I mean, obviously, if this is a new one, they haven't presented your ad, so a similar type ad to yours is the question you want to ask. Second, you want to ask is, will they use 85% tier one traffic? And tier one is the 5 top English speaking countries, because those 5 top English speaking countries are more inclined to purchase and get involved in online businesses. So obviously you want to be sending to the right audience, correct? So you want 85% or more to the top 5 English speaking countries. And those countries are the United States, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and Australia. So if they're sending, their list to, say, Barcelona, Spain, and they're sending it to Papua New Guinea, I mean, obviously you don't want a lot of your copy to go there for the very reason that those countries aren't known to purchase or get involved in online businesses. You want the country that's involved. You want the countries that are looking for an online business. Therefore, you want top tier one, 85% or more. So that's number 3. So will they use your swipe copy? That's a really big question, because if they're not going to use your swipe copy, guess what? It's not congruent. What they send out is not congruent to your message. So you want to make sure that they're going to send out your swipe copy, your video, your information, your capture page, etc., so that you get the best bang for your buck. And then you want to know, how soon can they deliver the clicks? So if you buy, if this is, you're framing the purchase, right? So if you're buying like 250 clicks, how soon can they deliver those clicks? They should be able to deliver those clicks within 24 to 72 hours. If they tell you, oh, 2 weeks, obviously that's not a solo ad vendor you want to use. And then, of course, you want to know how much. So if they tell you, oh, it's $1.15 per click, which is not a bad price. However, nowadays it's a lot of competition for solo ads. So ask for a 20% discount or better. It's like, hey, can you discount that? Or will you over deliver? Because oftentimes you'll buy 250 clicks, but they actually deliver 300 clicks. So it comes out to where, it might be closer to what you're willing to pay. So those are the first 5 questions you want to ask. And then when you framing the purchase means that you test that solo ad vendor, because you're looking to have about 15 to 30 solo ad vendors that produce results for you, meaning that they, convert the leads well. So if you have 250 clicks and you get, 150 leads, that's great. But if they don't produce any sales, did you really have a good run? Maybe not so. I mean, me personally, you have to have at least a sale. If there's no sales in that run, then I probably won't use that vendor again. Now, I just used a vendor recently, great run. She converted really well on the leads, 40%. But it was 500 clicks. And now she gave me an extremely deep discount. So I was like, hey, sure, I'll take it. And turned out I only had one sale out of 500 clicks. Actually, she delivered 553 clicks. So one sale out of 553 clicks, that's not really that great in my mind, even though I got a 40% conversion rate on the leads. So these are some of the things you want to find out. Also, too, when you're framing your purchase, once the run goes through, did they actually deliver what they said that they were going to deliver? Did they do it in the time frame that they said that they were going to do? So these are some of the things you want to check, and this is why you're framing the purchase with a small run, to get started, to see if this is a vendor that you want to use regularly. Are they producing sales for you, or are they or are they just running it, hey, yeah, you got a lot of leads but you didn't get any sales? I mean, obviously that's not a very good run. even though you're going to continue to do, reach out to those leads, but you want to make sure that you get sales. On average, you should get one sale out of every 100 clicks. So that's on average. Sometimes you might do 200 clicks and get one, or 150 clicks and get one. But if you do 500 clicks, I would look to receive at least 3 sales out of that. I received one, so I didn't think that that was a very good run, even though there were a lot of leads that were provided at 40% conversion rate. So once you do the framing and you determine, hey, you know what, this person came, they used my copy, they went to top tier, top tier leads, they went to top tier countries, top tier one at 85% or better. I got some sales out of the run. You want to add these folks to your list. So the next time you go to that particular vendor, maybe you scale up to, 200 to 350 or 450 or even 500. But you don't want to go in right off the bat getting 1,000, clicks, and you don't know anything about this vendor. You want to frame the sale first so you're not throwing your money away, right? So, when you scale up at 250, then go to, 350, then maybe, 500, then to 750, like that, as you're using this vendor. And then, you're developing a great relationship with this vendor, and they know you, and you're, getting definitely their top stuff that they have available, and if they have a responsive list, obviously this is the vendor that you want to go to. So I hope that helps. Again, framing the purchase, you want to do a test run first off, and then you want to test it a couple of times. Test it with the 250, then test it with the 350. If you have a really good run, go up to 500, 750. So you do an incremental, increase, not just 250 to 1,000. You want to do it incrementally, and then once you get to 1,000 plus, and this person, this vendor is doing really well for you, obviously you want to add them to your list and run ads with them on a regular basis. So that's it. That's all I got. Hope that helps. If you're not sure how to use solo ad vendors or how to frame, that's how you frame.